Hello everyone, Voodoo here, and we are here today with another round of Havoc VOD review, coaching, whatever you want to call it. Now this is a service I offer to my channel members, so if you yourself want to get a VOD reviewed, a dungeon review, raid review, log review, any of that stuff, become a channel member, join my Discord. There's a channel down there for members where you can submit your VODs and stuff through a form, and I can do them like this, help you guys out like that. But again, if you want to help me out there, do that. One more thing too, make sure you like the video before we get into this. Likes have been way up on the channel, really helped me grow. Really appreciate all you guys are amazing. So before you start watching the video, if you want to help support content creators, scrolling down, liking the video, then hitting play is the best, most free way to support us. Anyways, now we are back here. So this is the same person. You guys watched my previous review video on Magmarax. They've gone through, and this is their Mythic Sarkareth kill. So first off, congratulations on getting CE, killing Sark, and all that jazz. Second, they do point out some ways in which they want to see how they improve from Magmarax. So flashing back to my Magmarax video, the few things I noticed to improve on were the opener. They were doing kind of an old style opener. Their Essence Break windows, they were VRing first, or VRing after, I think. VR was in a weird order. And then there was some things about Fury Generation using Immolation Aura more than they should, and stuff like that. So we'll go through here. We'll hop over to logs after as well, probably pretty quickly. We won't dwell on the logs too long, but we'll hop through the video here, and I will mention anything I see to help them improve a bit. So here we go. Let's hit play. Watch some Sark. So right off here, so they do miss Sigil Flame. Now they did mention that on their when they submitted this. They said they missed the Sigil. Remember to Sigil pre-pull, gives you some Fury, gives you some free damage. Fell rushed in. I see they threw out their bomb as well. That's fine. Fell rush into your I-beam. Now the build they're playing, I'll throw it up on screen. It is basically Restless Hunter, except they drop Restless Hunter for Mortal Dance. Really good on your first kill. I would really recommend doing that. Generally, it's going to be very helpful for killing the ads, and it's something you want to do. I make sure my settings are as they can be too. Anyways, so we'll watch here. So I do say one more thing. Opener's looking fine. Hunt in there, backslip, Essence Break, meta, Death Sweep, Annihilation, Hunt. So one thing, I'm just gonna run back here a bit. Hard to watch with Lust because you're so fast. So you I-beam, and then you should see Annihilation, good. Oh, this is this part. Death Sweep, meta, Death Sweep. Why'd you throw Glaive? That's my question. Was there a demon? There was a demon, so don't glaive your demon there. At that point, it's too late. You want to have your thing for the start of it. When your demon spawns this late, there's not much point in glaving it down. I guess you get it for like the hunt or whatever, but don't throw your glaive there. You're basically wasting a global in Essence Break where you could be using Annihilation otherwise. So just keep that one in mind. Don't do that there. I bet it's like right here they did it. Yeah, don't throw a glaive there. Wait till afterwards. But good, you got your agility buff for the hunt, and then immediately you should just rip your I-beam. So I think you delay it a bit here. So obviously there, rip I-beam immediately, don't wait up. Sending it there is going to be a little more damage. You delayed it by a few globals, which in the grand scheme of things is not a big deal. And then you I-beam, and away we go. So I will say one thing. I think it's pretty tough to see debuffs and everything. I don't think you need to be tracking some of these things. You don't need to be tracking Chaos Brand. You don't need to be tracking, I don't even know what that is. But I think that's another person's debuff, and then there's also like a weakness thing. I don't think you need to be tracking all those things. It might make your buffs easier to see. Maybe cleaning that up a little bit, making your buffs smaller. Because it was a little bit hard. I watched it through already to try and see if they were playing Starting Glaive. It was a little hard to see their buff uptime and stuff like that. So maybe consider not using all these things. Might be a bit better. Try and maybe filter out. You don't need Chaos Brand. Honestly, Mortal Dance, don't even know if you need it. More of a passive thing. Definitely a few things you definitely don't need, though. All these buffs up here, don't even know what those are. Anyway, so I do say one thing. So here, you have 5 seconds left on Vengeful Retreat, so you should be throwing a bomb out. You do? Perfect, good. I will say you don't always end up doing that. There, too, you're a bit delayed on your Death Sweep, but nothing too serious. I think this is the biggest thing. You're delaying your VR. You definitely had time to VR there. Basically what ended up happening is your bomb's not going to explode in the VR window if you're not actually going to hit the VR. So you end up delaying it a little bit. Definitely just rip it immediately. Don't wait. I think you're waiting to have it align. Yeah, you're waiting to have it align with Death Sweep. Don't do that. Just rip it. It's much better to just rip it right away. You're going to end up having to wait with your Essence Break for VR to come off cooldown. Definitely much better to just rip it and deal with consequences later, such as that. But again, that's more of a minor thing, nothing too serious. Fell Rush, good, all that stuff's fine. Getting your momentum up before you end up doing any of your big buttons is all pretty good. But really, there's not too much here that's problematic. Again, you have to end up waiting for your backflip combo. You have to end up waiting a few seconds, which is like not what you want to be. You also end up moving around a lot with that. But I don't think that's it. You got a range there. Again, don't want to do that. I think the biggest thing is that you're not min-maxing your bomb as much as you could, especially for P1, where you want to bomb 5 seconds before eventual retreat. But I will say it's definitely much improved from the last time we saw this. Your first thing here is pretty good. Not fellowshing too much, not wasting bomb charges. I do think you're desyncing your backflip a little bit off that one example. So you should throw a bomb here. Let's see if you do. Okay, so no bomb. So yeah, so you definitely want to be bombing there. Definitely a missed chance. Your bomb's gonna blow up after the thing goes off. Now, it's hard on Sark to backflip and still be in range, but try if you can. I know you kind of waddled forward a bit to try and do that, but try and stay in range if you can. Okay, here. So you hunted, and immediately after the hunt, he went immune. So this, I think, is definitely a situation where you save the hunt. And I know saving cooldowns like that is generally bad, but what's happening here is you just hunted, and you got 0 damage. Literally 0 damage from it. The dot is not doing any damage to him. Doing like maybe 1-2 damage. So if you save the hunt there, you actually have the hunt for your for the first ad set, and can like Giga Blast those ads. You hunt in, you I-beam, you death sweep. Those ads will fall over with you there with the haste buff and all that stuff. So I definitely think it's worth it here. This applies to Heroic as well. To save your second hunt and that I-beam combo coming out of the opener, coming out of phase 1 for that first ad wave set, it'll blow it up. It'll do really good for your overall, and it's not really going to be a damage loss because the boss is going immune here anyways, right? So good bait. You got to do that, obviously. A little loose, so it was definitely a little close on that, but not too big of a deal. Then you just wait here. This is just the Sark strats. Just wait till it comes back up, and boom. So here, you do have all your stuff going into the breath, but you'll be able to rip this hunt and absolutely just destroy this ad set. You'd hunt, then you'd I-beam and everything. Again, you waited for your death sweep combo. You could probably have done it and still hit Sark with it if you flipped like right away. But you end up waiting a lot, and in doing so, you don't get double death. I guess you do get double death sweep because of like haste, but you don't get triple death sweep. It's possible to get triple death sweep in those windows with demonic. So I think waiting there to try and hit Sark was not good. You definitely should have just done I-beam right away, blah 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 blah, and just ripped everything. Blade down your demon first, of course, but I think you ended up waiting too long, which is unfortunate because here you just kind of wait a lot, and that's not really what you want to do. Especially because when you have this much extra haste, plus meta haste, plus Furious Gaze, you can triple death sweep. So I think that's something important to keep in mind for the future. I think you were just kind of delaying it a bit too much. Definitely missed out on some damage there. So you only are going to end up getting one more death sweep there. But, you know, something to keep in mind for the future, having that stuff there. I think this is the I-beam you hold. No, I think you send this one. Yeah, you hold this I-beam. So you're holding this I-beam here for the next set of ads. And that's fine. But the next set of ads, I don't know where your timers are, actually. The next set of ads up here, Breath is about 20 seconds away when your I-beam comes up. And again, your I-beam would be like a little bit better. Like you'd have a little bit more CD on it because of haste and stuff like that. So you would have gotten slightly more I-beam CDR if you had not just delayed your combo during that first breath. But I definitely think it's worth it to just rip this immediately, right? You have 15 seconds. Your I-beam will come up slightly after all the ads are out. Instead, you're just waiting here and not using an I-beam charge. Now, again, that could have been something you worked on through prog. You'd be like, okay, I don't have this here, so I'm going to save it. Certainly, there are moments like that where you do want to save, especially since this is going to be your meta window. But I do think this I-beam would come up on time. It's far enough away where I think you could have just not held it and been fine.
Roar.
Yeah, you definitely could have sent those, especially since you end up having to wait a little bit for your Essence Break combo anyways. So definitely that's something you could improve on in the future. Just holding that there. But again, I didn't prog that, so hard to say if that was something that could be improved or not. But overall, I would say you are significantly better than before. I will say there's a little bit of Fury overcapping. You are sitting at max Fury here. Again, you're waiting for the ads to spawn. You're waiting for this, waiting for that. But you definitely are sitting at max Fury a little bit more than you ideally want to be. Here, you could have just I-beamed right away as well. I didn't see a demon spawn. There might have been one that I missed. Backflip, essence break, fine. But it kind of just desynced everything a little bit, where maybe you could have had these things a little bit sooner in other situations and stuff like that. Again, not the biggest deal in the world. I think definitely much improved from last time. They go down, and we're in last phase. So we're almost through this fight. Definitely much better than where last time. Your essence break combo is much improved. You're doing it properly. Your opener is much better. Obviously, Sigil Flame is important, but hey, missing that happens sometimes. I do think bomb usage is one of your big ones. I do think you're also delaying your things a bit. There was fine. Do you know what I mean, though? I mean, it's like everything's just kind of slightly offset now at this point, and it's causing you to have some weird overlaps with everything. There as well, you didn't death sweep. Definitely always death sweep there. You can get 3 deaths. So again, for those not knowing, with Sark Haste, you can get 3 death sweeps per I-beam window, which is very important to be doing. You're going to miss a lot of damage if you're not doing that. Here, you're saving essence, backflip. You should backflip into the hunt there. You're just having the hunt sit off CD. Hunting with initiative up is a big deal. It's going to make it do a lot of damage, but not the end of the world. But again, that one definitely should have held a little bit. And I think if you held off the rip, like I recommended, off of the very first ad set, you'd have it up roughly. So here, it might even be worth it to just naked death sweep while you were waiting for Sark to fly up, so you can get your I-beam back. Because here you're going to I-beam, and you're not going to have your death sweep back in time. So you kind of had to delay till all the ads were dead, and now the ads don't have that healing reduction on them. Now they do. But I do think it's definitely worth it. Let me just rewind back. So let's see where he flies up. So he flies up like here. I think it's definitely worth it to just death sweep here. Obviously you can't hit the boss. Just rip this death sweep right away. You end up saving it, but it would have given you more CDR. It would have, and it probably ended up. It would have came back in time for this combo here, and your I-beam would be off CD right now. So you'd be able to just I-beam, be able to backflip, be able to essence break. If you're away from boss and you know you have time, then it's definitely a good idea to just use that death sweep. It's going to come back up before you need it again, and it's going to give you CDR in your I-beam. In this scenario, death sweeping here is not great because you're about to go into your I-beam window. I get it, you want it on the ads, but you are definitely sacrificing a lot of your own personal damage by delaying it like that. So I do think that's something to keep in mind. There's just little slight delays in your abilities that when you add them all up, ends up really desyncing things for you and making it much harder for you later on in the fight. I mean, here it's fine. Obviously, you go into it and you're good as right as rain. Oh, excuse me. You're capped on bomb charges here too. I just noticed that your little bomb tracker. You're capped. Gotta throw out some of those bombs. Definitely don't want to overcap them. At this point, you should just be sending bombs out. I don't know if you just overcapped or if that was. You see. Yeah, so you had one. So you had one coming off CD, and then you also had one about to be reformed. So you actually just capped 2 bomb charges because here it's off CD and at 59. So. Yeah, so you're at 3 or 2, I guess. You use 1 and then immediately it comes back. So you should just spend again, because right now you're not getting that CDR on the bombs, right? So that was probably a situation where you double spend. You know, happens sometimes. And here we go, just general things happening right now. Nothing too crazy at this point. I'm pretty sure most things already happened. Again, here though, you waited on your essence break. Just Vengeance Retreat right away there. Just send it. It's better to get the crit, get the Fury, sync it up with your essence break. You ended up holding it a few seconds. You I-beam first into backflip, so you ended up holding it for 6 seconds, I think. Which, when something is 20 seconds, you don't hold it, right? You want to just send it. You want to just get everything you can out of it. It gives you more Fury Gen, so you can just not Fel Rush around, so you can just use Chaos Strike. Like, it's definitely important to keep that in mind whenever you're going through here, because here now, I mean, obviously you end up having to wait for I-beam anyway, so it's not the end of the world there. But if you end up not waiting, then generally would have been a little bit better. Things would have synced up a bit more for you. And here, fight's just ending. Nothing really happening at this point. They're just sacking all their targets. They're going down with bombs. Hunt is back, so you should probably just send it. You probably only get one more Hunt here, actually, so I think saving Hunt here for Vengeful Retreat, I want to see if you do that, is going to be a good idea. So you didn't. So here, you're at the very end of the fight. He has 10% HP on him. You can see there's only a minute left in the fight. You can probably reasonably guess that you're only going to get one more Hunt. So here, I think it's definitely worth it to save for that Vengeful Retreat, VR, Hunt in, then use your I-Beam. Getting the Hunt with Initiative is a big deal. It's a large damage increase. Here again, you have to stack on Star. You could have VR'd over to the Star, could have done a few different things to Star, but you end up holding everything. You go down. I don't know if you're supposed to go down or not. I'm not sure. I think so. I think everyone else is down. Get your haste. You get your haste for meta, which is a big deal. Haste for meta is great. You also could, this is a slight thing, you could have grabbed this and waited here so you come up a little quicker. Definitely come up a little bit later than you could have. But that's not the end of the world. But you're doing your combos right here. Actually, I don't know why you're waiting. So you I-Beam, you Annihilation, and then you wait. I guess to soak the thing. But you wait a long time to rip your Death Sweep into meta. But I definitely think it's worth it there to not wait. Especially with all the haste you have. Just ended up there saving Death Sweep again. So with all the haste you have, it's definitely worth it to not sit there and wait. Again, boss is dead, who cares? But definitely at the end there were a few things where you ended up delaying some abilities or ended up pushing some of your priorities off a little bit, ended up just desyncing things. You also ended the fight, I think, at 3 bomb charges. Yeah, which is not something you want. When the boss is at 4% here, you see you have 2 bomb charges, just send all of them. You want to end with 0 bomb charges. You want them to blow up as the boss dies too. So when he's getting low here, I guess, when does he die? I gotta see when the boss dies. The boss dies at 7:26. So at 7:19. So at this point here, so when the boss is at like 4%, just send all of your bomb charges. Do not have any as the fight ends. So definitely something to think of there. Overall though, I think much improved from the last time we took a look. I will say a few tips. Your opener was great this time. Your Essence Rate combos were really good. I think the biggest things for you, I do think you're overcapping Fury a little bit here. There's definitely some uptime things as well. But it is a prod kill. I get it. You want to be safe. You want to be all those things. I think the biggest things, one, bomb usage. You cap bombs a few times. You ended up not using bombs properly with Initiative, which isn't a big deal, but it's something you want. You could optimize Initiative a bit more. I think the biggest thing, though, is just, that Hunt into immunity is just rough. That was just an L. That's just unfortunate. We've all been there. That's something to keep in mind of next time. Another thing too is just you're not pushing Death Sweep as much as you should be. You're delaying, you're having like a slight offset of casts. You want to just rip these things on cooldown as much as you can. Just because they're so short, they're so you get so much haste on this fight as well. You're missing your triple Death Sweeps per I-Beam window, which is doable with the amount of haste you have with the buffs. So there's all those little things. And when they compound together, you end up getting sizable losses because of how Havoc works. Again though, killed the boss. Congratulations. That is what matters in the day. So hopefully next time you come back here, next time you end up going through your re-clears or whatever, that you work on some of these things, you get them better. Now you are playing Mortal Dance, so you are losing damage. So keep that in mind. On re-clears though, hopefully you won't need it, and you can end up doing a little bit more damage there. So those are kind of like the main things. I want to hop over to logs real quick, just so that we can take a look at Fury usage and stuff. So here are the logs. For this certain fight. I'll hide my frog. So I just want to look at Fury. So this is Fury. So you are definitely wasting a large amount of Demon Blades, Appetite, and Isolated Prey Fury. It's not like a ton because of how much like waste versus gain isn't crazy, but you definitely are sitting at full. A little bit too often, I would say. Definitely try and stick between 100 and 70 whenever you can. Up here, I think you were downstairs, which is why you're at full the whole time. But definitely, you know, look at your Fury waste a little bit, try and get these a little bit lower. The numbers are fine. They're nothing crazy. But you're basically wasting, what, like half of your Isolated Prey, like a quarter of Demonic Appetite, and like maybe a fifth of your Demon Blades. So there's definitely some waste going on there where you could have translated that into more Chaos Strikes. But overall, it is definitely much improved. You barely wasted any from Fellblade Immolation Aura, barely wasted any from Sigil Flame, which is great. So overall, pretty good. Again, you know, there's a few things where you glaive when your demon probably shouldn't have been glaved down. A few things with bomb usage. A few things with just delaying your CDs. I think that's the biggest one. If you work on not delaying those CDs as much, I do think you'll end up doing a little bit better, having your things line up more, and find that you don't have to wait. Because there's a very knock-on effect, right? So overall, I would say pretty good. Also, big Mythic Silent Star drop, big Mythic weapon drop. So honestly, kind of crazy drops for everybody. Obviously, you probably didn't get anything because that's how Demon Hunter is right now. But overall, I would say pretty good. I would say nothing too crazy out of the ordinary. A little bit of Fury usage, a little bit of bomb usage, but overall, very solid. Looking forward to see any future ones you may do, see what other things we can fix up there. But hope this helped. For anyone else who wants one, again, become a channel member below, link below. Tier 2 and up gets able to do that. And yeah, so again, I want to thank you all, and I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys have a good Friday, have a good weekend, and I'll catch you guys later. So peace. A big thank you to my channel members: 121, Payne, Zooligan, James, Evangel Faraz, Oxclamation, Brad Wisnack, It's Bulk, Flapjack67, and Angelo. Big shout out to all you guys. Really appreciate it. Your support means so much to me. If anyone else wants to become a channel member, get access to a ton of cool perks, including special stuff in my Discord, access to log review, VOD review, emotes during streams and on comments. And make sure you click the link below, follow it, become a channel member. Help support me make some great content for you guys. Again, big thank you to you all, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.